What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Ed Sheeran, one of pop's biggest stars today, has returned with his third album titled Divide. It continues the trend of math symbols as his album titles, with Plus and Multiply being his first two albums respectively. In 2014, he told Vibe that he had the idea for the titles of his first four albums since 2011 when he first came out. The only other artist that's ever really said something like that is Kanye West, who had the first three album titles as well as a fourth, Good Ass Job, that never materialized. And so Ed Sheeran is sticking to his plan. In addition, he also provided a little bit more insight into his next two albums, which one would be Divide and the next being Subtract. He said, Subtract is the acoustic vibe, and divide being between me and another person. And I think that's a great way to describe Divide, because it's like the up and downs of a relationship. There's going to be the happy moments, and there's a breakup, there's a post-breakup, and there's, a bunch of different emotions that range on this album. This right here is my first Ed Sheeran album. Since Bruno Mars impressed me last year, I've kind of been open a little bit more to giving pop artists a chance. Now, and that's not to say that I despise pop artists or anything of that nature. I just never listened to full projects. Ed is someone who has always sounded good whenever I heard him pop up on anything, on the radio, on a guest feature. He's always sounded good. And I can say that I am loving Divide. It's one of those moments where I'm like, damn, I've been missing out for 5+ years on this type of music. And is every album like this? These are the thoughts running through my head as I'm listening to Divide. There's a lot of catchy music on here, songs to relate to, and quotes to live by. Those type of things are what help capture my undivided attention. In short, this album is a whirlwind of emotions. Now let's talk about my favorite songs, starting out with Perfect. One day I hope to be able to sing songs to my future wife. Unfortunately, I'm not the best singer, so I'm going to look for those songs that have unbelievably amazing lyrics that it won't matter if I sound like Biggie on Play a Hater. Ed's Perfect is beautiful, and that right there is an understatement. I really do hope that I can sing this song to someone special one day. I honestly feel like this right here could be the next single too. There's a lot of catchiness to this song. And I think you can say that about the entire album. I love albums like this, to where you can debate and discuss what would be the next possible single, and there's several different choices. Those are great albums in my opinion, at least for the mainstream sake. The next song on my list is titled Happier. In many breakups, you don't want to see that person move on. You might still have feelings for that person, and you're not over the relationship, but they've moved on. And with Happier, it's kind of like Ed is observing that. He's observing that this woman is looking happier, feeling happier. She's in a new relationship, and here he is kind of just reminiscing on his relationship, and just he's feeling sad, basically, is what the vibe of the whole song gives off. Paraphrasing the hook, he says, "You look happier, but I was happier with you." Jesus, there's all the feeling in the world in that line, in that hook. Obviously I paraphrased it, but the combining it like that is just, it's crazy, because it's a relatable situation. Many people have felt that way, still feel that way, have dealt with that situation, myself included, and I really love this song because it captures that perfectly. The last record that I wanted to highlight is Save Myself. It's the last song on the entire album, unless you get the regular edition, which I don't know why you would, but if you get the deluxe edition, Save Myself is the final song. On it, Ed Sheeran says, "So before I save someone else, I've got to save myself." This idea will resonate with anybody who's ever been in a situation that way. Oftentimes we kind of neglect ourselves in order to help others, and it's not a good feeling. It's something that it works in short like spurts, but when you start helping everybody else and not helping yourself, then that's when it becomes a problem. And so Ed is drawing from experience on this record. He's hit that point where he understands that he needs to focus the attention on himself before he tries to help anybody else. I really appreciate the message because, like I've been using the word resonate, it resonates with me. It's something that I can relate to, being a nice person, being a caring individual, and I hope that others see the value in this song as well. Now I wanted to highlight some of the honorable mentions on the album. Eraser, Castle on the Hill, Dive, Shape of You, Galway Girl, New Man, Hearts Don't Break Around Here. If you get what I'm going with here. This album is flawless in my opinion. From start to finish, I had no issues with it, and this might be one of the hardest albums I had picking some favorites to highlight. Because I would listen to this album and be like, okay, I'm going to highlight this one, and this one, and this one, and then I would continue listening to the album like, damn, I also want to highlight this one and talk about this one. And that right there is another great quality of an extraordinary album. So have I been missing out on Ed Sheeran? Yeah. Divide is incredible. It's a true audio experience that took me down a path of many different emotions, both happy and sad. The music made me feel a little bit of what Ed Sheeran is/was going through, and also to be able to relate bits and pieces of his music to my life. And that is the best kind of music. So those are my thoughts on Ed Sheeran's Divide. Once you hear the album, let me know what you think about it in the comment section below, and then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at @SermonsDomain. I make some great tweets. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.